What if everything you believed you knew about Lil Scrappy and Bambi's relationship was false? What if behind the scenes of Instagram Reels and reality TV smiles, there was a secret so big that it rocked Scrappy to his core? Well, that secret just exploded into the public eye, and now Lil Scrappy is breaking down in front of the world? But wait, because this scandal is just getting started. What actually happened between Lil Scrappy and Bambi just when fans thought their rocky love story was finally stabilizing? In today's video, we're delving deeply into the truth behind the headlines, revealing how the news of Bambi's alleged hidden child sent shockwaves through Lil Scrappy's world, and what this means for their already strained relationship. We'll explore the timeline of Bambi's secret and how it stayed hidden for so long, the emotional toll it's taken on Scrappy captured on camera, the internet's explosive reaction, and the real reason this could be the final blow to their already fragile bond. Before the public breakdown, before the trending hashtags, and before the internet erupted in rumors of betrayal, there was a love story, or at least the image of one, of little Scrappy and Bambi Benson, both reality TV veterans who were once hailed as one of Love and Hip Hop's most resilient couples. Grab your popcorn because by the end of this video, you'll see why this isn't just drama. It's a full-blown emotional roller coaster. Before the public breakdown, though, from reality TV moments to Instagram declarations of love, they portrayed a couple who had fought for their bond and won fans who rooted for them through their ups and downs, including very public fights, temporary breakups, and family drama. They were married in 2017, shortly after the couple welcomed their first child together. He had a reputation for loyalty despite his past entanglements and rocky relationships because of his soft heart and tough exterior. Bambi was the strong, no-nonsense queen who seemed to match his energy, challenge his decisions, and support his dreams. However, behind the scenes, their relationship had been quietly unraveling as rumors of infidelity, emotional distance, and growing resentment began to creep into the public sphere. Neither Scrappy nor Bambi publicly confirmed anything, but like many celebrity couples, they seemed to be holding it together for the brand, the kids, and the cameras. Together, these three gorgeous children created what appeared to be a blended, loving household. But what was hidden behind the photo ops and the red carpet smiles was what was simmering just beneath the surface. A storm was building in the shadows as their carefully planned love story developed. And the first flash of lightning was a mysterious post that hinted at a truth that even the most devoted fans weren't prepared to believe. According to one now deleted comment under Bambi's most recent Instagram post, most people at the time thought it was trolling. But looking back, that was the beginning of the unraveling. You think you've heard it all, but wait, because next we discover the hidden child Bambi never spoke of and how it destroyed everything, according to Scrappy. At first, it sounded too crazy to believe that someone from Bambi's past was planning to go public with shocking claims. Not about cheating or money, but about a child. A child wasn't Scrappy's. A child that Scrappy allegedly didn't even know existed. After all, Bambi had always been a fiercely loyal wife and mother who was very vocal about her family and protective of her children. However, gradually, screenshots of old Facebook posts and old photos began to surface. And then, in a messy live stream, a woman claiming to be a relative of the child came forward and claimed that Bambi had a child from a previous relationship. Scrappy about it during the first few years of their marriage, and the worst part is that the child wasn't a newborn or toddler. According to this relative, the child was old enough to recall not being a part of Bambi's new life with Scrappy. Let's not talk about a baby who was placed for adoption or a child born under traumatic circumstances. Rather, it was a living, developing child who watched from the sidelines as Bambi lived a picture-perfect life on TV, raising her new children while allegedly acting as though he didn't exist. Then came the pictures, initially blurry, then clearer, showing a boy who looked social media detectives went to work, and the similarities became unavoidable, including the same eyes and facial structure. The theory gained traction that this was Bambi's hidden child, but the real drama started when Scrappy responded, not with words, but with that uncanny telling silence that says everything uncharacteristically quiet on social media, by canceling a scheduled podcast appearance and being conspicuously absent from public events. When he finally broke his silence, it wasn't with an official statement, but rather in a raw, emotional live stream, tears streaming from his eyes. His eyes as he addressed his fans directly. You live your entire life thinking you know someone, thinking you all built this life together, and then one day you realize you were just a guest in their story. That's pain. Fans were shocked that Scrappy didn't name names, but he didn't have to because the pain in his voice was louder than anything he could have said. The timeline began to match, and sources close to the family revealed that Scrappy had recently learned the truth from a third party, not Bambi. Apparently, he confronted her about it, and the conversation didn't go well. According to one insider, Bambi attempted to defend keeping the child a secret by saying she was. This unspoken secret sat like a ticking time bomb beneath their marriage. "How do you trust someone again after that?" he asked, holding back tears during his live stream. But wait, it gets worse. Because what Scrappy discovered next would send him into a deeper spiral. We'll get into that in the next section, but just know. To Scrappy, it felt like betrayal. Not because Bambi had a past, but because she purposefully kept a significant portion of her life from him for years, while he poured himself into their family. This wasn't the only secret that surfaced. Next, we'll look at the emotional breakdown, the celebrity reactions, and how Scrappy's mother, Mama D, threw herself into the drama with her own receipts. The truth had come out. The damage was done. But nobody, not even ardent fans, was ready for the raw emotion that poured out of Lil Scrappy in the days that followed. This wasn't just another celebrity breakup story. It was a man in pain who was unraveling under the weight of betrayal, confusion, and public humiliation. Scrappy, who typically plays the tough guy role, began posting erratically late at night. "Do you ever realize you didn't lose her? You just finally saw who she really was," one post said, followed by the now famous Instagram live meltdown that was streamed at nearly 2 a.m. "I built everything around her. I gave up people's opportunities, and now I feel like I don't even know who I married." It wasn't just heartbreak, it was shock grief, a man mourning the family he thought he had. Suddenly, the world watched as Scrappy sat alone in a dimly lit studio, trying to put his feelings into words, but his voice cracked and his hands trembled. He stared at the camera for a long, painful moment before whispering. Additionally, within hours of Scrappy's live stream, Mama D's outspoken, unfiltered mother entered the chat and, as usual, did not show up. She posted a mysterious quote on Instagram that read, "Lies don't age well, especially when receipts exist." She then followed it up with a video montage of old family photos with captions like, "The truth always surfaces," and what seemed to be screenshots of previous conversations between her and Bambi, in which Bambi allegedly told Mama D to stay out. In a live session with her fans, Mama D revealed details of her personal past, implying that there were things she didn't want to be discussed for the sake of peace. "You don't know the half," she said, "and I stayed silent for his sake, but now I'm done being silent." Mama D claimed that she had known about the child all along, but she remained silent out of respect for her son's marriage, even when she disagreed. She also claimed that she had urged Bambi to come clean to Scrappy years prior to the marriage, saying, "I told her your past doesn't define you." She looked me in the face and said, "It's handled." Since then, the word handled has permeated every blog and podcast, with receipts, heartfelt confessions, and public outrage swirling online. Fans started turning on Bambi, and comment sections were flooded with messages like, "How do you keep a whole child a secret? Scrappy deserves better." This clarifies everything that has been wrong in their marriage. But the problem is that not everyone was on Scrappy's side. Some online users started to doubt that the internet was divided, but one thing was clear. Scrappy was devastated, Mama D was furious, and the illusion of a perfect family was shattered, possibly beyond repair. While some speculated that Scrappy was using the situation to gain sympathy amid other business or legal troubles, others defended Bambi, arguing that the child may have been kept hidden due to trauma, custody issues, or personal pain. But buckle up, because we're about to dive into Chapter 4, the fallout of divorce, custody, and public reputations on the line. You won't believe who showed up and what they had to say after the emotional breakdowns and explosive Instagram lives. The internet had already taken sides, and fans were either heartbroken for Lil Scrappy or suspicious of Bambi's silence. However, for the couple, the war wasn't just emotional anymore. It was legal because it was confirmed by court documents that surfaced just days